What is up, guys? Your homeboy Daniel from Tiny Studio Production. Today in the house, we got Jesse Jackson from Pipe Gang. What's up,
Yes,
brother?
sir. Chilling, chilling.
We got Murray in the back, the CEO of Pipe Gang Entertainment. How you doing,
Yes,
bro?
sir.
All right, bro. So, yeah,
For
brother,
real.
appreciate you guys for coming through today. Jesse, I'm glad you're okay, brother. I know you had a little fucking incident this past week. Anything you want to share on that?
Man, all I can say is I'm blessed. You feel me? I don't want to speak on it too much, but I'm definitely blessed. You know, it opened my eyes to a lot of things, showed me that I need to be moving different, and it definitely made me realize that, like, there's a lot of envy that gets brought once you start gaining some type of traction, you know what I mean? So there's no telling who's envious, who's watching you, who's plotting against you. You feel me?
I like the post you put on how like it's fucked up how you have to have a fucked up experience so that family and friends can acknowledge you or like appreciate anything that you're doing because that's just the way it is. It's always been like that.
See, that's the most shares and reactions I've gotten on just a normal post. You feel me? And it messed me up because it's like, damn, dog. Like, it took for me to almost die in order for you guys to realize that something's going on. You feel me? Like, this whole time, you guys can't even share my music. But something like this happens and everybody wants to reach out. It's crazy.
But I think, bro, as long as you got like all you need is that one person. I feel like in your case, you got Murray over here. You just need that one person that's gonna fuck with you, and you guys are gonna like ride or die. Like through all this, because the whole music thing, it's very drainage. There's not a lot of there's love and hate. You know what I mean? Like you say, there's a lot of envy as well. But I
Yeah,
feel like
for
you guys
sure.
are doing a great job. You guys got your formula going. So as long as you keep writing, which you're a beast at that, as long as you got Murray in the back strategizing on where to keep you relevant and get you gigs and all that, like I think you guys are
Yeah,
doing fucking great with all that, bro.
for sure. For sure. I appreciate that, man. We put our all into it, you know? It gets down to the point where, like, we get to our last. You know, you get to that point where you're like, man, I want to give up, but then a new opportunity pops out and it's like, okay, I can't. Like, I got to keep pushing, because it's not easy. The easiest part of being a artist is making the music. And that's what a lot of people get misconstrued. You feel me? They think that that's the hardest part. You can just be in the studio all day and that's the grind. It's not. The grind is when you actually are putting in groundwork to gain fans, because you're never going to make it without a fan base, you know? So spending money on promotion, we go to the colleges, we hand out business cards everywhere we go. Like, it's a grind, you know?
It's just the key is just to constantly stay relevant where you can, on
hmm
all this, try to market it. Shout out to Mari. I know you've been doing a lot for the community, bro, for the homeless. Like that's fucking fire, bro. Not, I don't see no one doing that down here. You know what I mean? So that's badass,
We're
bro.
gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again in June.
That's badass, bro. So
And I'm finna go
one
talk. We're finna go talk to the. We're gonna go talk to the kids in Brownsville too. They set us
that's
up.
that's amazing, bro. That you find time for that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
bro. So one of your songs that went viral. How was your experience from that? Did you gain anything out of it?
Definitely. The song's actually, it's over 2 million views total on all platforms. You feel me? It hit
Nice.
1.2 million on Facebook. You feel me? It was just the song, people took it the totally wrong way, but it's cool because, you know, it gave somebody something to talk about. So it gained traction like that. You feel me?
I
Um,
relate to it, bro, in the sense of like I lost my job like 6 months ago. So I was
mhm.
jobless for like 4 or 5 months. During that time, my mom's old school. She's a Christian Pentecostal. So she grew up like giving money to the church. So every month she'll be giving like $100 to the church. So
Yeah.
those past months that I didn't have a job, like the priest came and we told him, you know what, man, we can't right now. Like, she's got to help me on bills and all that. And he understood. But then, like
hmm
you say, there's other ones that are like buying like insane stuff with that money. And it's like,
Man.
damn, like,
And it's crazy. I understand everything's a business. Of course, the church has to gain money in order to keep the church running. You feel me? But why does a pastor need his own private jet? Why does he need to drive around in a bulletproof Mercedes? Like, for what? Like, it was just, you could tell that it was just greed, you know? And
yeah.
like, my whole thing is because people took when I said, if I wouldn't make it into heaven, then I'd rather go to hell, people took that the wrong way. I was trying to say, like, with certain circumstances, for instance, if somebody like broke into the house and I had to protect my life, you feel me, and I end up taking their life, if I'm judged, if the judgment day happened that day, would I go to heaven? Because, you know, it says thou shalt not murder. You feel me? Or people who are homeless and they still just to get something to eat. I was in that position before. You feel me? So it's like, man, the whole song was deeper than what it seemed. You feel me?
Yeah, because not everybody goes through life the same way. So sometimes there's choices you got to do to survive. You know what I mean? Like, and it is what it is. I feel like as an human instinct, like, you got to do what you got to do. Like, say tomorrow, like it's where it's survival of the fittest. You know, and I got to take care of my son. You know, I'm gonna do what I got to do for my son, my mom.
Yeah.
So it's nothing personal, nothing dealing with religion.
Yeah. And see, another thing with that is like I said, I don't put God first because that was one of the most things I was commenting. People are like, if you don't put God first, you're not gonna make it. You feel me? Me, I'm not a huge religious person, but I'm definitely a big believer in God. You feel me? But it was like it confused a lot of people, but it made me, the way that I was looking at it is I don't go to church. You feel me? And
Yeah.
so a lot of people, they say, I had a pastor tell me like, you have to be here every Sunday or God's gonna look at you and you're gonna be penalized for it. And it's like, damn, that's crazy. I said, I don't put God first. Okay. I had this conversation with my mom because my mom, she's a big religious person. You feel me? She didn't like the song at all. She thought it was fire, but she didn't like what I was talking about. You feel me? I told her, I said, when you woke up this morning, did you pick up your phone right away? If you picked up your phone right away, you put your phone before God because you didn't wake up and pray. You feel me? It's so easy to put other things before God. So if I'm going to be put to hell for not putting him first 24/7, like, then I don't know. If I'm going to be judged off the little things that normal people do every day, then what's the point? You feel me?
Yeah. No,
But
I've
definitely,
had
go ahead.
like me when it comes to the podcast, I don't really bring up politics and religion because you know it can get messy with that. But I'm
Definitely.
gonna like share like my experience. Like I grew up Christian Pentecostal, and then I would also go to Catholic. And I was a church boy, you know, growing up, going to Bible school and all that. But as I got older, I mean, it's a choice, you know what I mean. And I know maybe one day I'll get back into it more, but I wouldn't want to be a hypocrite, you know. And I feel like if I
Yeah.
were to get back into it, it'd be for my son. But I've had past experiences with a bunch of you know like hypocrites, and it's like I feel like I don't want to go too deep into that, but I feel like a lot of there's some that like they go to church for a reason because they're really dark within their hearts and it's something that they battle within themselves, and sometimes they want to critique or they're just bad people, you know what I mean, and they try to fight it, but sometimes you could see the flaws and they try to point a finger on you, and it's like, you know what I mean, like I've had friends that aren't like hardcore religious. You know how like
Yeah.
sometimes they'll judge someone with like tattoos and piercings, and that person could be the nicest fucking person and they just judge it by its cover, you know, as
Big
compared to
facts.
someone that goes to church in a nice suit. Like, hey, you don't know just because they're dressed nice that they're gonna be 100 with you. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day,
Definitely.
as long as you got that good heart, good intentions, you know, like I think, in my opinion, you'll be good. You know, I feel
Yeah.
like you don't have to go to church. You don't have to join any religion as long as you talk to God by yourself. Like you talk to Him,
That's
you have
what
your
matters.
conscience. It's like, hey man, you know, like that's my take on that. You know,
Definitely. But from your original question asking, did we gain anything from it? It was weird to me because I've never experienced that amount of traction. You feel me? Like I've hit 100,000 views, stuff like that. But seeing every time I pick up my phone's glitching out because I got an Android. You feel me? So it already glitches out normally. You feel me?
yeah,
But having all the notifications flooding through, random people messaging me, and it was constant, constant. And still to this day, like it's still a consistent thing. It took me for a turn because then I started paying attention that everything that I post has meaning to it. Like I can't sit there and just be normal minded, small minded. You feel me? Like in order to
yeah,
keep that traction going and to build something from that, I had to consistently apply that pressure behind it. You feel me? And so
yeah,
it was cool. We've definitely had some big names reach out to us. We got a lot coming. You feel me? It definitely was a good opportunity, but we took that risk. You feel me? We took a big risk to get out there with nothing. We had nothing. When it comes to all the promo and everything that's going for Pipe Gang, it's Murray. you feel me, single-handedly putting his all into his brand, you know? And me, my job as the artist is to continue to put out the good products. You feel me? It's like a Walmart. You can own a Walmart, but if there's nothing in Walmart, nobody's gonna go there. You feel me? So you have to have that product to be putting out. You feel me? But
And
definitely it was cool. It let me know that it's possible to go viral. You know, I used to think you had an Illuminati and all the bullshit. You feel me? But now I'm
yeah.
starting to realize that it's possible.
Hey Murray, as because Murray, he's pretty much managing you, right? He's representing you with the Pipe
He's the
Gang.
CEO. Yeah, definitely.
So Murray, as a CEO, bro, did you feel you have to be a little bit more defensive when Jesse went
Yeah.
viral? Like, people be sneaky as fuck, bro. So do you feel like you had to like fucking park some people like, hey, chill and shit like that? Cause
That's why I tell him like when people hit him up, he tell them holla at my CEO, and it's cause like this. Another reason why I tell him because I don't want nobody to hate him, right? Like just think about it. If they hate me, it's okay. You feel me? I'm not the rapper. It's like everybody hated Rainwater, but they fuck with Mo3. You feel me? Like it's you gotta make them motherfuckers. They don't look at you because I'm talking shit, but I'm talking shit for a reason. With what I got. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worrying about it, bro. We kind of got like a father and son kind of relationship.
that's cool, bro, that you see like that. Cause like I've talked to other producers, managers that used to be artists, and then they have their artists now. And even though they got some sort of beef with someone doing a show, like they're gonna put their artists in front, like you know what I mean, like because that's what they're focusing on. You know what I mean, like whatever past you have with the other person, it's like it's all about growth, and
Yeah.
and that's what it is with that, bro. So when's the
It
best
don't take
time
a
you
rock.
tend to the what?
It don't take a rocket science to hear his music, bro. The
No,
fuck.
yeah, bro.
When niggas tell me, oh yeah, man, y'all really don't fuck with. If a nigga tell me he don't fuck with me, I'm just look at that nigga as a hater because this nigga jam like me. I'm a fan. I'm not on his CEO, but I'm a fan.
No, you got to be a fan first because that's who you invest on. You know what I mean? It's like me right now. I invest on Matt, bro. Like he's that guy. That's like, you know what I mean. Like I believe in him, bro. So not just as an artist, but he does events. He does a lot of shit. So I admire that he's fucking consistent. And that's another thing. Like pretty sure Mario admires about you that you're just constantly fucking releasing content. You know, like sometimes that shit's
Every
hard, bro.
day.
Like every artist has demons or they got life happens, financial stuff, So it's badass that you're just constantly, that's the goal, just keep staying relevant, keep fucking releasing that content.
I think the hardest part is my bad. I'll let you get to your next question. But I think the hardest part right now for me is being away from my family. You feel me? Because I have no family in the valley at all. You feel me? I'm from Colorado. So everybody that I know that's like out here, they became family because I
Yeah.
don't have that out here. That's the biggest demon that I fight every day. But I know what I'm chasing is for a purpose. You know, I'm trying to feed my family. I see my mom working every single day, and it gets to me because I'm like, you're almost 50. You shouldn't still be working. You feel me? You have 6 kids. We should be taking care of you. You feel me? So I want to be that person that breaks the generational curse, of being broke, being in poverty, not having nothing. Like my siblings, they're doing stuff. They're pretty successful with their career choices, you feel me? But I'm trying to touch the millions. I'm trying to have generational wealth. You feel me?
I think that
You can mute
that's
up.
that's awesome, bro. Though, like I think everybody has that goal. They want to take care of the family. That like to me, it's not too much of money. It's just like having money to have time to spend quality time with your family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Definitely.
See that, but that could be a bad thing too. Just think about it. It's like I was telling you the other day about a lot of us come from the struggle, and in our head we think like, hey, it puts a lot of pressure on us. That's why you see a lot of kids like when they get out of high school, they fucking get the jobs quick. They get jobs why? Because our family don't have no money. It's a lot of pressure, and then you see other kids where their parents rich as fuck, and since we come from the struggle, we like, oh, you got a spoon fed, nigga. I wish I was spoon fed, nigga. The fuck. I wish my
Straight
mom
up.
and dad did what the fuck they were supposed to do so I wouldn't be like this, but you know what I'm saying? They didn't. So it puts us on us. That's why we got to change it. So when our kids won't, you talking about breaking generation curse, we got to change it so our kids won't experience that shit when they our age type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah,
They
bro.
got big money in the bank, shit. If they lose a job, shit, they got big money to fall back because, you know what I'm saying, daddy made it happen.
His phone probably died.
Yeah. But I get it. One thing that annoys me, bro,
Mm-hmm.
is like when when these kids have both parents with money, and instead of taking advantage to improve themselves, they're out there, like wasting time,
Yeah, definitely.
just instead of getting educated or like getting better in life.
Hmm.
And that sucks because I feel like a lot of us struggle with that. Me being having a single mom too, so that shit's hard. Next question, brother. When's the best time you tend to write a song?
Man, you know what's crazy is I can say probably 70 to 80% of my songs are not written. You feel me? I just kind of all day long, this is what I do. I don't have a 9 to 5. I'm focused on my music. You feel me? So it just depends on my mindset. You feel me? I'll wake up some days just if I have a bad dream or something like that, I'll wake up with like a dark feeling. So what I'll do is I'll go and load up a beat and boom, just hit the gas, I try to record minimum of 3 songs a day. Sometimes I do 10 songs a day. Just depends on the day. You feel me? So there's not really a time frame on it. I just kind of whatever I'm feeling.
Who inspires you in the music?
Who inspires me? I'd have to say my favorite artist right now is J. Cole. Just because I like reality rap. I like to hear real shit. I don't like the fabricated, shoot 'em up, this and that. Yeah, I've made some songs like that, but it's only for the mainstream factor to it. You feel me? I'd rather rap the 100% authenticity, my bad. I'd rather rap my real life, you feel me? Because my reality is a movie.
That's one question I was gonna ask you too. Do you like to rap more or do you like to sing more?
Man, I like to rap more, but I know my fan base is being built more off of my singing currently. So
Yeah, bro, you're a double threat with that shit, bro. Cause you could fucking sing and rap. You know what I mean? And what's badass about that, with your cadence, you can apply that to other genres and fucking tear it up. You know what I mean? You could jump on a rock song, rap
yeah.
on that shit. You know what I mean? You could jump on like a reggaeton song and just fucking sing some shit. You know what I mean? On a hook. Like
And that's goals. I definitely want to tap into that. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I did a country song for the first time.
oh,
And
badass. I need to check
man,
that out.
yeah, I just shot reels for it the other day. You feel me? But it's cool because it's like, man, I keep diversity because I want longevity when it comes to my career. If I get signed today, you feel me? They don't have to lock me in this box. I can go pop with if I want to, or I can go R&B. Or if those aren't working, then I go back to rap. And I can do all styles of rap too. So it's cool.
Yeah, I feel like you got so much potential on different genres. So shit, you did the country shit. Keep trying different shit. Keep challenging yourself, bro. Because
That's what I do
you got
every
the talent,
day,
bro, for that.
I feel like I get bored. If I just sit there and rap all day, I get bored. So I have to do other things. I grew up singing in the church. So I started out singing, you feel me? And then when I realized what the streets were, that's when I started falling in love with hip hop because that's what it's based on, you feel me? So then I started rapping, and then now I'm kind of like in between, you feel me?
Shit, you could even do like EPs, you know what I mean? Do like a badass rap, and you do like a baby making music one, like.
Definitely.
That'd be
I got
fire.
a lot of them.
Bro, so
Definitely.
what's the biggest challenge in the music?
The biggest challenge is gaining fans. It's not easy, You can make the best music in the world. That does not matter. You're going to get passed by somebody who has that internet appearance because now everything's based on the internet. Back then, you sell CDs and stuff like that. You feel me? That was before I was even thought of. But nowadays, the internet is everything. You can make a skit today and blow up, and then you can build a fan base off of it, So I think the hardest thing is building a fan base. That's when it becomes a 9 to 5. That's when it becomes a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you just gotta try it all to get those fans. That relates to the music as well.
Yeah, because you
Bro,
never know what's
so-
gonna hit. You never know.
I saw you made a post a while back on sample packs, so I got my input on that. So I'm gonna ask you, what's your input on sample packs, AI, and all these music subscription services that are making it easier to make music?
Don't get me wrong. It's cool. It's cool for sample packs. All right. I understand that because 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of producers that are mainstream that use samples. You feel me? But it's the people that use loops. My problem is not with samples. It's with loops. And it's not even a problem. If that's how you do it and that's what you're making your money from, that's cool. Do you. But you can't try to, okay, for instance, I'm not going to say no names, but we had an incident with an artist and a producer, and the producer ended up wanting close to 50% of the artist's song because he produced the beat or whatever. Okay, I'd understand that if you were a beat man that made the full beat, but you went and bought a subscription for Looper, man, and just found a bunch of sounds that fit together and just stacked them together. That's not beat making. You feel me? I know real producers like Chronicle on the beat. I was thinking he was one of them Looper people. No, I got into there with him into the studio, and he made a beat in 10 minutes, playing the piano to the 808s.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Drums.
He's already won. I don't know how many times the competition on the beat making here in the Valley.
Straight up. Same with Kratos. Kratos, he's cold with it too. Like, he's somebody who sits down and actually makes the beats. But he also told me when I made that post, like, hey bro, I've used samples too. I have DSTs, I have stuff like that, but when it comes to the actual creation of it, I'm a authentic person, so I like authenticity, and that was just my personal opinion on it. If that's how you make your money, make your money. I ain't dogging nobody, you feel me? But that's my input on it.
Me, when it comes to like the whole sampling, sometimes as a beat maker, you know, you get out of work, you're tired, you don't even have that mind of creativity, right? But then you hear a sample pack or something, and it's just like, oh shit, you know, like I could add guitar to that, I could add a bass, you know, because I play all those instruments, right?
That's dope.
So then at the end of the beat, I might have start with that sample pack, but I probably got rid of it, and I already have my own shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or another thing that can separate also person that uses packs and that is how you manipulate the sound. You know what I mean? Rather, you're gonna change the octave, the tempo, compression, just different strategies to make it sound not just like a constant loop or a constant sample. You know what I mean? It's all about the way you manipulate it. I feel like that's what's gonna separate the beat maker as from the other ones.
Yeah. See, and what you said is my key point right there. You are adding on to it yourself. You feel me?
Yeah.
You're adding on the instruments and stuff like that. I'm talking about the people who just take loops and just stack a bunch of loops. They get a beat loop, they get an 808 loop, and then they get whatever sample. Yeah, I can't stand it.
Paste.
And back to the AI thing, if you're a rapper that uses AI to write your lyrics, you do not need to be a rapper. You don't. You don't. If you can't write your own lyrics, this career is not for you. It's not. You know, and that goes to the Drakes of the world, you feel me? That goes to anybody.
I think with AI, when it comes to editing, video, photography, whatever, what's going to speed up the process, I feel like by all means use it, because I think one of the most valuable things we have is our time. And then we can cut our time in half, you know, and they can edit some shit for you, like, fuck it, you know what I mean? But I know when it comes to hip-hop, there's rules on that, and it's all about being authentic, you know what I mean? So like you're saying, if you suck at writing, then the rapping scene is not for you, you know?
At all.
And it's
videographers and stuff, I understand using AI, you feel me? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Even when you're going to get the clips like we were talking about before we started recording. To get the clips, and that's dope. You feel me? Because that brings the content. But as long as, like, man, if you can't write your own music, don't try to be a rapper, dog. Find something else to do. You feel me?
Bro, so what's your favorite place to go eat?
Damn, that's a good question. You know, I never had actual tacos until I moved to the Valley. Yeah. So these taco trucks, dog, I'm telling you, man. Because I used to think the tacos were like Taco Bell. I used to think those were real tacos. Used to think those were real tacos, and I came out here. And Murray's like, hey, let's go to this place called Juan More Tacos in Harlingen. He's like, let's go get some tacos. So we go over there, and man, that's the best taco I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't had a normal taco since, huh?
I've traveled to a few places, bro, and I guess maybe because I was born here, but I'm just like, man, nothing tops like Valley food or Mexican food. Like, damn, bro, like
facts. That's facts.
That's why there's a lot of fat people here, bro, because it's like we like to fucking eat, you know?
Yeah, the food's fire. That's man.
Bro, so I know you came to my hometown, Westlaco, and there's a performance incident. It was at Bruising Q's.
Yeah.
Anything you want to bring up with that, or what happened, or what?
Promoters, if you guys are, you feel me? This is all promoters. You feel me? If you're running a show, make sure everything is top tier. You feel me? I'm not going to sit here and dog the dude who ran the show because he gave an opportunity at the end of the day. But when we showed up to that show, bro, there was no DJ. You feel me? There was no DJ at all. So Pipe Gang, we ended up calling one of our DJs. You feel me? So both of our DJs ended up pulling up, but we called one of them. He got off work, and the man who was running the show, You feel me? He was getting frustrated because the DJ wasn't there, but I'm like, hey, he's not even supposed to be here. He's not getting paid to be here or nothing. You feel me? Like, he's showing up to show love. And man, we were supposed to, the club closes at 2 a.m. You feel me? It was like 1 o'clock. And for some reason, everybody else got to perform. I was the last performance. You feel me? I was the headliner, so I was the last performance. And the owner of the club was like, hey, he says, play some Spanish music so we can get people to drink. And so I got to perform one song. And I was pissed because I'm like, all right. That's when I can say my ego kind of kicked in a little bit because I was like, I'm just getting off hitting my 1,000,000 views, you feel me, a few nights before. I got traction going. So it's like, man, like, I'm here and I'm charging everybody for shows. I did you a favor by being here. I don't need to be here. You feel me? Like, this could be an artist.
I feel, bro, when it comes to, like, someone doing an event, there's a lot of people that mean well and they want to bring in artists, but you got to play a role as far as, like, finding the sound engineer, finding the DJ, finding, you know, like, the way to promote it, you know, the lineup. And have a backup plan, you feel me? Because I understand he had a DJ and the DJ ended up flaking on him, which that was out of his control. But then the artist that actually brings you a DJ so your whole show can run only gets one song. You feel me? And a majority of the crowd that was there to see me that night. You feel me? I made calls to everybody, but I was promoting it the way I needed to. Like, we had a decent amount of people in there. You feel me? I felt some type of way. I was very pissed off that night. So what I did, I ended up having a concert in the parking lot right after the show. You feel me? I had, shout out Young Water. You feel me? I had him pull up his car. I played my phone on his speakers, and I was just out there jamming out, and we turned up with everybody. Nice, bro. Fuck yeah, I did some, like, the Beatles, they did that, they were playing off of a roof. That was, like, you know, in their time.
Yeah.
But, going back to the sound, bro, I'll share something that I've learned from my experience. All the events that I would do, I would always do them with Matt M. And I took that for granted in the sense of, like, in my mind, I always thought, like, you just hire somebody to play music and that's it, right? But it's different when you have performers because you got to kind of EQ as they're performing because some perform with their vocals and some don't, but you got to balance so it won't clash. Yeah. So I had a bad experience where Matt, at that time, he wasn't around. So I had done it at a show and everybody sounded like shit. And I was like, I learned from that. I'm just like, I'm never going to do a fucking show if I'm not going to have a sound engineer, you know, because you got the DJ and you got the one that's got to be EQing at all times, because if not, it's going to sound like you're at a fucking quinceañera or wedding when those guys are talking and you hear the feedback and shit, you know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, bro.
There's a lot that goes into it. My whole thing with the promoters is, you feel me? I understand that, like, if you have an artist that's not doing anything and they're just kind of like, a lot of it seems like open mics because it's just the artists are the crowd and then it's just artist after artist after artist. Like, the promoters, their job as a promoter is to get people in there. That's not on the artist. Yeah, we need to be promoting ourselves, of course, but that's not on the artist. For instance, spring break comes around, right? You have big names on the tickets or whatever. Those artists, even this year, I didn't see Bossman D-Lo post his flyer, not one time. You feel me? The promoters got people there. That's their job as a promoter. I understand that none of us are really top tier artists, big names like that, you feel me? But at the end of the day, if a promoter's running an event, they should be doing everything they can to pack out their event, you know? Yeah. It's just a lot of people don't want to do groundwork, and that's the problem.
Because sometimes, like, they'll post it that day, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you should have promoted it, like, weeks, you know what I mean? Like,
feel me?
To build it. Compared to, like, oh, we're going to be here this day. Like, what the fuck? Like,
and make physical copies of your flyers. Go to the colleges, pass them out. Go to DT, pass them out. Go places where people are, pass them out. You know, it gets people to pay attention. We've ran our own show before, and it had a pretty good turnout. Why? Because we went and did the groundwork behind it, you know? But that just also showed me, like, yeah, I've been getting paid for all of the shows that I've been doing recently because my numbers, that opened that opportunity for me, you know? Yeah. So now that I'm not turning back, I'm not going to backtrack at all. And I know a lot of promoters have been getting mad at me. A lot of people have been running shows because I'm like, hey, bro. And it's not like I'm saying I want $1,000. No, just throw me something, you feel me? And I'll be there. because
Yeah.
I'm making waves in a way. You feel me?
So when you hear a beat, what gets you going with the songwriting? Like what instrument, what
Man,
melody?
you know what's crazy is 9 times out of 10, I already have something in my mind that's going on in my life. You know, because for some reason my life is always ups and downs. You feel me? I could have relationship problems. I could have family issues. I could have got shot at or something. You feel me? So I already have something on my mind that already happened. And I don't know how it works, but every time I go to find a beat, the beat just matches the energy that I'm coming with. You feel me?
It's
Or
like it's meant for you.
yeah, definitely. I find inspiration out of anything, man. I could stub my toe today and make 3 songs about it. Like, I find inspiration out of every little thing because when I rap, I don't get just straight to the point. You feel me? I like wordplay. I like to, you feel me, mess around with it. So I look at every little thing as if it was like a serious, what's the word I'm looking for? If it was like a serious thing that happened, a serious event. You feel me?
Yeah.
Anything. I deep dive, I soul search all the time. But if I am just listening to beats, usually it's just a melody. I got so used to just rapping on the first beat I click because I don't know how, but that's what I do. I just click the first beat and I'm like, okay, this is it. Let's do something to it.
Upcoming projects that you want to share or events that you got any flyers? We'll plug it on the video as well.
Well, yeah, definitely. Man, we got a lot of stuff coming up. It's a lot of things I can't even speak on yet because we just kind of do it, you know? I feel like if you tell people what your next move is, something gets in
Yeah.
the way and then it doesn't happen,
Yeah, they
you know?
jinx it.
But Juneteenth, I'm performing with Prolific for his birthday bash. That's going to be a big show. You feel me? We got tickets on sale and everything. I have tickets with me. But that's going to be a big move. Shout out to Pro. Yeah, we'll just grind it, man. I do want to release another R&B album because I definitely can. I have a good 100 R&B songs that are just sitting in the vault. So I'll probably end up releasing a project. We'll see what happens.
Shout out
I'm
to
really
Prolific,
just,
bro. I did a podcast with Prolific, and I shot a music video for him in Edinburgh at some mansion. The guy name's Rama, and then there's an EDM song that I made. He liked it, so we're in the talks of like making it. What was I gonna tell you, bro? But yeah, I was remembering, bro. So I heard you performed at the boxing arena, right, for Coco Loco.
yes, sir.
Bro, how was that experience?
Man, that was a movie. Shout out Big Bro, Coco Loco, you feel me? Soon to be champ, you feel me? But man, it was a movie. Why? Because for once, I've never been on TV other than like the news. And I know you've seen the news clip. I didn't say a word, you feel me? I'm just now starting to break out of that social anxiety, being nervous all the time type thing. But it was a complete movie, bro. I've never experienced nothing like that. Having the fireworks flying around me and everything, and it's like all eyes are on us right now, you know? And to be able to walk out somebody who's also part of Pipe Gang Entertainment and that I look up to as a big bro, it's like, man, like I was emotional because seeing how he started his whole life story, that's another person, you feel me, you gotta interview. His life story's crazy.
Bro,
But
he came in the podcast, and that's how I was like, because Matt was gonna go walk as well for another boxer, and he's like, yeah, Coco Loco's here, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, in my mind right away, I'm like, I wonder if Jesse's gonna perform, and he's
yeah.
like, yeah, bro, Jesse's performing, and I'm just like, the thing is that Matt had another show in McAllen, so we're trying to haul ass back. And I wanted to catch you, bro. But I didn't. We got there fucking late. Like Matt didn't even get to perform either.
Man,
But that
it's
shit,
all
bro. That was my
good.
first time at a boxing place, bro, and it was fucking packed. Like, damn, that's like we're in the wrong
Yeah,
fucking like
it was
business. Like, you
cool.
gotta mix that music with the boxing, bro.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And I know that's that dude's mind is crazy. Like I tell him all the time, I'm the feet. You feel me? You're the mind. I'm running us to where we need to go, but your mind is what's getting us there. You feel me? It's like it was cool. I've never performed music on TV. You feel me? So to be able to showcase myself on top of showcase the whole brand because the boxer I'm walking out is part of the brand too. It was amazing. Definitely
That's
a cool
fire,
experience.
bro. How like y'all doing your thing, you know. Coco Loco with the boxing, you with the music, Murray with managing y'all, you know. And Murray also, like, I saw that podcast you did, bro. That was badass that you did with the homegirl Giori. That was badass. I like the quality. I like the conversation. Like, pretty sure you
Yes,
triggered
sir.
some people. You know, it was fire,
Oh,
bro.
I got some more coming out.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, that shit was fun. So, any final thoughts, bro? Anything y'all want to share before I ask the last question? Anything you want to?
Remember my name. That goes to everybody. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting us. I appreciate you for actually reaching out to do an interview with me. But to all you hating niggas out there, remember my face and my name. You feel me? Straight up. And all artists, keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't let nobody knock you down. Keep promoting yourself. Keep building the content, fan bases. Fuck what anybody else got to say. Do you? At the end of the day, there's too much money. Money, millions, if not billions of dollars get printed every day. So don't worry about what the next man's doing. Focus on you. Get your money up.
Bro, so where can people follow you to stay up to date with your latest music, projects, everything?
SoGoneUnknown. You feel me? SoGoneUnknown. That's my Instagram. That's my Snapchat. On Facebook, it's Jesse Jackson, Jesse Jackson. And then all platforms, you can find my music at Pipe Gang ENT. PIPEGANG ENT. Yes, sir.
All right, guys, I really appreciate y'all coming through today. Badass episode, man. I wish you all the best, and I'm looking forward to future projects. And like I said, Jesse, if you ever want to collab on anything, bro, if you want a photo shoot, whatever,
Let's do
like,
it.
I'm
Let's
here,
do
brother.
it. All right, let's do it.
Peace out. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Appreciate you. Whoa.